Let's bring in our guest to discuss this. We have joining us this hour, National Trial Attorney Mike Jaafar with us. Michael, what do you think in terms of the deliberation? Do you think we're going to see a lengthy one, or is it going to be rather short? This was a pretty short trial, just 4.5 days of testimony.
I'm hoping that the deliberation will be a little bit longer because I really hope that the jury really takes their time and really examines this. We've seen some pretty good juries. I'm hoping that this is another one of them. I'll be honest with you. I love Dr. Andrew Clark. He was my favorite witness, expert witness in a long time, right? I think he's the most likable psychiatrist I've ever seen on the stand ever. And I've seen over 1,000 trials where an expert was testifying, right? I think that the defense met their burden. It's their burden to prove that she was not guilty by reason of insanity, right? They have to prove it. I felt that they've met their burden. I felt like that Dr. Andrew Clark, I mean, what would the jury believe? That Carly Gregg paid him a bunch of money to come into court and lie? He was very convincing, and he was very sure that this girl did not appreciate the wrongfulness of what she did, and that they met the McNaughton standard, right? At the end of the day, every single question that was asked of him, he had an answer. Well, if she had dissociative fugue, why didn't she panic? He explained to them. Medically, you're not going to panic if you don't know that what you did was wrong. If you thought that what you did was wrong, you would panic. But the reason she didn't panic, it shows that she was exhibiting a complete dissociative fugue state, right? So I believe that Dr. Andrew Clark helped the defense meet their burden. We'll see what happens. At the end of the day, her father, the victim, testified in her favor. The person she shot, the person on the 911 call that she shot, testified that he was speaking to her every day. He clearly has a relationship with her. He clearly loves this girl, right? And so, to me, that is the most. There's the prosecutor who did an excellent job. There's a defense attorney who did an excellent job. There's the witnesses, the experts who testified did an excellent job. But none of us lived with this girl, but he did. He lived with her. She shot his wife to death, and she shot him almost to death, yet he has a relationship with her. For me, that was the tipping point where I said in myself, unless I hear something very compelling by the prosecutor when they cross-examine Dr. Andrew Clark or when they bring up their own experts, unless I see something very compelling, I believe that she should be found not guilty by reason of insanity. And one last thing, I've always been in favor of us as a society of attorneys changing the name of the not guilty by insanity defense to guilty, period, insanity proven. I think jurors would have a better time, an easier time checking that box. It's very difficult, even if I was on the jury, to check not guilty. I don't care what's after the comma, not guilty by reason of insanity. Whatever's after the comma, not guilty, but she's going to go to jail for 1,000,000 years. It would be very difficult, and I can understand that because these are human beings at the end of the day. If that was just called guilty, period, insanity proven, I think it would be easier for them, but we'll see what happens.